about the background to Lighting the Way, but in order to do that I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay, so there's lots of stuff already been said about Lighting the Way from the other speakers, and I don't need to go into that, and the background information is all out there. But what I will say is Lighting the Way started a few years ago, and I'm based on the north side of Cork City. I work with the Community Work Department there and in a project called the Health Action Zone Project. And often ideas come up, and that when they're good ideas, when they're really good ideas that you can see a really useful and valuable resource coming out of, we jump at them. And this idea came up, not from us alone, but from concerns that were being voiced in the community. And also an awareness that there was a need to pull some strings here together around supports for people bereaved through suicide. And the idea was that we look at developing something that would provide support, not just persons bereaved through suicide, but also to the people working with families and individuals, such as the Gardaí, who are a key partner with Lighting the Way, and were there from the very beginning and involved in every single development, every single edition of Lighting the Way. It also is a resource that can be used, as it was mentioned, by the services involved with the Lighting the Way as a tool to support a person where they're just not in a position to actually find the support for themselves. So it has quite a multifunctional use. And that was the idea from the beginning. And in true community development style, what we decided to do was to pull a committee together of our key partners, people with a vested interest in what we were interested to do, and people with a voice in the community. So we had an initial community development committee with Lighting the Way, and we worked for 5 to 6 months initially on Lighting the Way. We researched everything that was out there, and certainly if you have a look through the first half of the booklet, you'll notice lots of information in there is actually already available. We didn't reinvent the wheel here with Lighting the Way, but what we did do is something unique to each area that it's represented in now. We put together the community supports that are available with the regional supports that are out there and often accessed in the community, and we put that together with the national stuff that we all see in the media. We put it all together in one booklet, coupled it with the process that happens after a bereavement, initially with the Gardaí Emergency Services, painful stuff that people might pick through in their own time. And we put those two things together with comforting information as well. I'm going to move on to slide one probably after rambling through half of it. I won't mention the policy context because it's been referred to by Gardine, and I know Helena will also go into that in a little bit. So we coupled all of that information together and it formed Lighting the Way. And we were very proud of the first edition of Lighting the Way, but we could see huge potential with it, and it wasn't something that we just wanted to keep in our community on the north side of Cork City. So it was developed for all of these people initially to be used by frontline staff, to be used by the community services and the Gardaí. And the process is important. The process involves a steering committee coming together. So through the Community Work Department, we have a lead in each area, and Gardine is the community worker leading for West Cork, and I'll provide the background support with Stephen, who's in the room as well. And then what happens is we lay out the process over 8 to 10 weeks. We keep it as short as possible. And that process is almost like a template. We have a booklet that's been prepared with information that we find very valuable, and we painstakingly put together first time around so that we could roll that out in different areas and keep the process short and valuable. So the first half of the booklet stays the same, and the second half of the booklet, the community supports pages, is really where the work goes in. And with the steering group, we lay out from the very first meeting, there's a bit of work for everybody involved. There's no passengers, everybody does a bit of work, and I think everybody who's here from the steering group knows that they take away a little piece of work and we divide it up and we make it all a really inclusive and a process that we can all be a part of and all contribute to. And so all ideas are taken off the table, and they're all put into each Lighting the Way, which has its bits that are changed also. It's not completely a template project, but there are parts of Lighting the Way that are individual to each area. So a big part of that's the information gathering process. That's the painful part where everything needs to be checked, and Redeem will agree with me there when we say that can be the hard part, but when you have a day like today, you don't mind the hard work at all. The Lighting the Way Arts project is a big part of each Lighting the Way resource, and this one through, I'm not even going to try to call it the title because it's gone over my head, but this one has the light, the movement, the dance piece and sound as well, so we're thrilled with that. And as Brian mentioned, the artwork, the design work is a big part of Lighting the Way as well. We didn't want to initially just pick random colours and stick a booklet together. We could have very easily, and it would have been very, very simple to do, but I think that the art project brings an extra layer to Lighting the Way, because what we have incorporated through design in Lighting the Way is real life experience, people's real feelings, their interpretation of a process that they will have gone through, that they're aware of, and that's a huge part of Lighting the Way, the design, and everything in it is considered, from the mastheads on the pages to the colour and all of that stuff. And we do work with a designer who she has worked with us, Charlotte Donovan, on every Lighting the Way, and she's an invaluable part of the team. She's never here when I need her to be here, so I can introduce her to people, but she is a big part of the team, and the design work is very reflective of real life experiences. So what's inside? I think everyone should have a copy there in front of you, so I'm going to ask you to just open, if you have it in front of you there, your booklet to the contents page. It's on page 5 there. I won't go into too much detail because Brendan did a great job of just going through the guard involvement after suicide. But it's all laid out there in the first section of Lighting the Way, following a death, which is all the very, very painful stuff that has to happen, the medical and legal stuff. And then the contents flow into dealing with the loss, and there's something there for everybody. There's something there if you're a parent, if you have children, that you want to provide a level of support to yourself. There's comforting reading mentioned, books that have been vetted by the HSE psychology team through the Your Good Self programme. They're all mentioned in there. And there's stuff for children of all ages in terms of reading, but there's also adult literature listed in there too, because people find comfort in lots of different ways. And through the written word, we wanted to include some ways of doing that. But we also put that in there because libraries are very comforting places in the community, and we wanted to include those in the booklet, and we did manage to get that in there. I might also mention there that there's a portion on page 24 referring to memorials and social networking following the death, and there's very valuable information in there for persons who might be dealing with some issues online that they might need to learn a bit about, such as Facebook after a death by suicide, and there's some information in there that is helpful for people as well. Following that, you'd see the supports in the community section, which has all of the different services that Regine has gone through, included in there, starting with the health services and the supports that the GP, primary care and mental health services have. So there's just a few things mentioned in there, and as well as that, all of the different services in the community, as I said, listed in there with their content, their contacts, pardon me. So in your own time you can have a look through those. So I'll also just make reference, I won't keep you too much longer, to page 14 of the booklet. And a very important part of the Lighting the Way process from the very beginning was, I suppose an issue we had was, how do we tell people about the level of support that a different service will provide without having to put it into text? So we decided to research, and we found this means using a pyramid of bereavement support is what we call it. And we believe that people will find most of the support that they need in the community around them, in their families around them. So therefore, the supports that are needed most often are levelled in the booklet as level 1. And you'll notice there are much more level 1 services in the booklet, as it should be, than there ever would be level 3, we'd say, which is more professional support that maybe few of us need, but often it can be turned on its head in the way people would interpret support. They would think everybody needs to be at counselling and everybody needs to be seeing somebody professional after a bereavement, but oftentimes it's just a process that is quite natural, and people do find what they need from the families and the community supports around them. So we have that there at the bottom of the pyramid as the most important support that we can provide is community support, family and friends around a person. Sometimes more is needed, and you see level 2 will be at the top of the community page, this triangle at the top there, if the service provides that level of support, which can often be a listening support or groups, bereavement groups often in the community too. So you'll see level 2 there. And then, of course, the level 3 is also listed in there, and there are a few of those because people don't often need those. They want supports around them in the community. So the pyramid of bereavement supports is included in every Lighting the Way document, and there's a bit of reading there attached to each level that you can find time to look over, possibly after this launch. But we've included that because we feel it's very important to be able to say that community service who perhaps doesn't have counselling or listening service or anything like that attached, but does provide what we would call a signposting service, we think it's very important that people understand that there is huge value attached to a signposting service, because the experience a person will have when they come in the door is what we're after to include in this booklet. And that is, if the person asks for something that isn't provided, they're provided with support to find it, they're signposted to it, they might be given a cup of tea, they might be sat down and had a chat to, and that's a huge support to a person. So we include all levels, all supports in services that provide level 1, which we would call a signposting service. Okay, so that's almost me. I do think it's important just to have a look back at the 4 booklets that are there now and the numbers that are attached to those as well. So we have 4 Lighting the Way editions that have been developed to be mentioned, with 4 development committees, all different services and volunteers attached to each development committee. There are over 29 services represented on those steering committees, and I'm not counting duplicated services like ourselves, so 29 is a really big number. And 129, I wanted it to be even 130, but I added them up, and there was definitely 129 services in all the 4 booklets. Again, not duplicated, which is just amazing. And the 4 Lighting the Way Art projects, of course, we're delighted that they're all here today, none are missing. And we have 4,000 copies of Lighting the Way out there in the community, including this one. So I just want to say thank you for listening, and I'll just put up a slide here with some information. If people want to download Lighting the Way, it's available on the HSE website to download from today. So I hope that people will use the booklet. I hope that you will pass it on to somebody who might find it useful, and I hope that you will talk positively about Lighting the Way out there in the community.